Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for tuning in to the channel again today. It is a beautiful day here in South Alabama. We're kind of in that transition time between winter and spring where it's definitely more spring than winter, but we still got a few cool temps mixed in there. Today we're going to talk about digestion, motivation, and the reality of a raw vegan diet. You guys know the drill. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go hit that subscribe button and come back and check out some more of my content. I realize I don't have the answer for the majority of the questions I get, whether they're through DMs or whether somebody sends me an email or in comments, because I've just been doing this. I'm close to doing this for like 10 years now. And it's just very intuitive for me. It's just how I eat. It's just part of how I do things. And so sometimes I have to think about it, and it's like, well, I'm not sure I can tell anybody else how to do it exactly how I do it, because I'm not following a program. I don't have this, okay, I need to do this, and this. I'm very intuitive with my eating, but when I say that, I like to be very careful about that, because when I say intuitive, I've put in the time, I've put in the research, I've done a lot of reading, I've taken in a lot of diverse sources. So in the beginning, you can't be as intuitive with how you're eating, but by now it's just kind of like, okay, I know I want to get this during the day, I need to get this, I eat like this, and that's how it is. Digestion. I always, people are always talking about, I can't digest this, I can't digest that. And some of the things I understand, some of the things are kind of odd to me. Now, full disclosure, my digestion has always been fairly good. Even when I ate a standard American diet and consumed, meat, cheese, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, my digestion wasn't as good as it is now, but I'm just kind of trying to establish a baseline there that I've never really had major digestion issues. But the thing is that I notice with a lot of people that tend to not be able to digest anything, the reason they can't digest anything other than 4 or 5 items is they limit themselves to those 4 or 5 items. And that's where I think when people get overly restrictive, overly limiting with what they will and will not eat on a raw vegan diet, it's just simply, what you don't like when your stomach, when your digestive system, your colon is only used to processing a very small amount of things, you're not going to be able to digest other things. That's why I'm always talking about we need diversity. We need diversity to get all the nutrients we need. We need diversity for our gut biome to be as healthy as we can be. So when you limit yourself and you only eat a few things, yes, anytime you eat anything outside of those few things, it's going to tend to mess with your digestion. I digest good all the time on the very high raw vegan lifestyle. And somebody asked me recently, and I think it kind of disappoints some that are purely raw as law, but I'm just telling you the honest to God truth. They're like, well, how about the sweet potatoes? Do they slow your digestion down? No. Whether when I eat a big salad, and you guys have seen the size of the salads I eat. When I eat a monster salad, I can basically get up, wash my bowl, and go out and do something. I can go out and be physical. I can go out and walk. I can work out. I can do whatever. Same thing when I eat the sweet potatoes. The sweet potatoes digest very well for me. Now, potatoes in general digest well for me, but the sweet potatoes probably marginally just a little bit better than other types of potatoes. So as far as that goes, if you're trying to get a little bit more diversity into your diet, into your microbiome, add it little by little. If you've been very restrictive, you might have to, with certain things, I'm always kind of trying to push the broccoli and the purple cabbage because I just feel like they're so good for us. And those are definitely items that a lot of people say raw that they have a hard time digesting those. That's why I chop them up the way that I do, because I think there's certain things like that even people that have had problems with them can actually adapt themselves to where they're able to digest those and not have any problem with them. And that's why I'm always showing on my salads and make a point to stress I keep those toppings in my refrigerator, like my carrots, my broccoli and my purple cabbage. And especially for the broccoli and the purple cabbage, which some people have problems digesting, when you chop them up in your food processor and breaks it down something like that, it's easier to digest. And if you've got to go a step further on top of that to get some of that good stuff into your belly, into your system, you can even start slow. Like I've seen that being recommended. Like say you had wanted to use some chopped cabbage or chopped broccoli and whatever you're adding it to, salads, whatever. If you have a problem with that, start slow and just add little by little. Maybe a tablespoon is enough for you at much. But if you're restricting yourself a lot, you're not going to be able to digest a lot. It's just as simple as that. And like, I'm going to go back to some of the basics. I'm always just trying to stress the basics here. You got to know the motivation. Why are you doing this? If you really are locked in on your why, it's going to be a lot easier, and it's going to help you when you're making your food choices. When I came to this lifestyle, I was scared to death. I didn't have any health issues, but I was scared to death that I was going to. So that's why I might be a little impatient. I just was scared because I knew how I had treated my body and I knew the possibilities out there, but I didn't have anything wrong with me. That's why I'm a little impatient with people who actually have health issues, who actually suffer pain, that are constantly falling off, getting back on, or they're like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, you would think that pain would be a hell of a motivation, and the simple fact, like, okay, if I put this food in my mouth right here, I'm going to have pain. I'm going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to be sick, whatever. It's just as simple as that. Why am I going to put that in my mouth? So every day when I wake up, I'm just thinking, like, still 10 years later, not having had a drop of alcohol in 10 years, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. You know, I've changed to a plant-based diet, but I'm still, the things I'm putting in my body every day, I'm thinking about what is best, what is making me stronger, what is making my immune system better. And like I say, it still continues to kind of hang over my head a little bit. I don't mean that from a worry standpoint, but just being very diligent, because I'm almost 58 years old. In fact, I got a birthday next week, and I don't have health insurance if something happens to me. So I need to really make sure that I am keeping myself in as good a condition as possible. So the motivation is just, it's there for me. It's the health. It's the fact that I don't want to die any earlier than I have to. And also too, I want to be well while I'm living. Think about that again. I want to be well while I'm living, not just like marking days on the calendar and be like, okay, well, I made it to 87 or 88 or 89. No, I want to be vibrant. I want to be able to do what I want to do up to that age. So just simply find that motivation, because like I say, for me also too, this thing is just so intuitive. I don't think about it. So sometimes it's hard to translate that language over to people that are looking for diet type speak. Like, okay, well, break it down for me. Tell me exactly. Like, tell me what to eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Tell me how to eat much of this, how much of that, how much of the other. I just put in my mouth what makes me feel good. I put in my mouth what is the healthiest option for me, and I put in my mouth what makes me feel good. You know, I'm not a purist. I'll eat things sometime. Like I went to Pensacola earlier this week and I had a breakfast burrito, vegan breakfast burrito at a little restaurant over there. That's once in 2 months. You know, I haven't been to Pensacola in 2 months, and that's the last time I ate in a restaurant. But you know, so right back after that, I'm back on my program. But even something like that, I'm not making a choice. Like, it's not like I'm going from this to like, okay, I'm going to eat something horrible. I kind of know my limits, and that's something that I would not do on a regular basis. But for one time, doesn't really bother me. But in general, I'm not going to put things into my body that just cause me to feel bad. And that's another disconnect I have with people sometimes. It's like, I'm almost like, okay, maybe I'm a little slow here. You're telling me that every time you put this item into your body, it gives you this certain reaction, but yet you still keep putting this item or these items into your body. Keep it simple. Simplify this thing and take out this whole, I need a program to do it. I need, a plan, a set out plan to do this. Just put the things into your body that you know you're supposed to eat, that you know is going to make you feel good. If you put something into your body and it doesn't make you feel good, why are you putting it into your body? So the bottom line being here is that it's just really a simple thing. And sometimes it is really hard to translate to other people, like, well, why are you doing this? Or, how do you do this, or whatever. And that's why I always, and I'll finish up with this, like to make it clear to people, I'm not some kind of expert. I'm not some kind of guru. I'm not a teacher, but I'm not a teacher other than in the fact of kind of just like showing you the example of how I do it. And hoping you'll just find your way. I don't think any of us need to do this thing like a carbon copy of anybody else. But anyhow, just again, kind of a hodgepodge of topics again today. Hope somebody found something useful in there. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you here again at the end of the week. Peace.